You ain't really fleeing from your lust how you think you fleeing from your lust, bro. You're not turning down lust or fleeing from lust until you find yourself running away from the idea of even touching yourself. Running away from the idea of having sex with women that's not your wife. Only then can you say that, okay, I'm truly running from lust. I can give you an example of this. I talked to this girl for 3 months. Now, she was flirting with me heavy, and we had set up a little date or whatever, and before the date, she was like, we don't fight. Now, every nigga in their mama knows what this means. There will be no hands thrown, just meat thrown at her face. And when I finally got there, I thought about it. And it felt like the thoughts weren't even my thoughts, but I just had to sit back. I'm like, damn, what am I finna do this for? Am I really finna, is this even worth it? Is she worth my body count going up? Is she worth the sin that I'm about to commit? In the grand scheme of things, the answer was fucking no. So you know what I did? Throughout all of the hints that she threw, and I knew she was throwing hints the entire time, I said, man, this shit is so tempting, and I really want to do it. But I really want to serve God more. I want to find my purpose through him. So through him, I started to realize at that moment, a switch flipped. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna do this. And she's really pretty as hell, but like I really just, I don't see myself being happy after doing this. So I didn't do it. Another example would be with another girl. It was my ex, it was another girl, and I had never engaged in sexual relations with her. Hell, that was like my first time meeting her in person, but off of the first meet in person, and this was my first time meeting both of them in person, and they were overly going. And I'm like, I'm not, and I had to sit there and think to myself like, I'm not handsome, I don't got game, like yeah, I'm a chill person to be around, but that's probably it. So what makes you want me in this way? And then I thought about it, I'm like, they don't view me as a person, they just view me as dead. That's it, bro. And once I realized it, I'm like, I don't even want to put you in your pants up, I don't want it. And like I would say I got a hand, but I ain't even gonna use that either. Like, that's not the relief that I need. The relief that I need is not physical, it's more of a mental and a spiritual thing. The spiritual thing is something that only God can give me a release of. And mentally, God is well, but it's also a figure of me not antagonizing myself and being against myself in my own head. You just turn to God. That's low-key moral of the story. But turn to God. Turn to God and don't engage in sexual relations if it's not your wife, bro. I did this shit once, and I ain't gonna lie. I felt like it was something wrong with me as a man because after that, I just felt used. I didn't feel accomplished or anything. Like, I wasn't even in a relationship with the girl. She was just like somewhat of a friend, and the opportunity presented itself, so I was like, why not? But yeah, bro, you a virgin, stay a virgin, and flee from lust and turn to God, some shit like, yeah, something like that, bro.